right, artists, so I have already done my sketch for my surrealism drawing, and I did my planning assignment as well. So I picked my current event, which is climate change, specifically focusing on the fires happening in LA, but climate change in general. And then I brainstormed a list of ideas related to my current event. So you guys should have done this too. Fires, trees, homes, sadness, drought, wind, homelessness, other natural disasters like hurricanes and tornadoes, burned cars, burned trees. The more you have on here, the more ideas you'll have to incorporate into your drawing. So I took these ideas and started thinking of imagery that could relate to that. And remember, we're doing surrealism, so it does not have to be realistic. We're looking for something that looks like you might see it in a dream or a nightmare. So I have a house that's upside down, and I'm gonna try to make it look kind of burned with a dead tree growing from the top of it, and then fire in the bottom of my artwork, and drops of water or tears, because what's happening with the fires in LA are absolutely horrific and terribly sad. So I want to incorporate that into this design as well. I labeled where my light source is, so I want to try my best to stick to this. So my highlights, the areas that are lighter, should be on the same side of my artwork as my light source. So if you look at my tree, this side is lighter, this side is darker, because the light is coming from this area. Now, this is not a realistic artwork, so you don't have to stick to that 100%, but let's try to a little bit. My tears have their shadow on the side over here, and their highlight is going to be on the same side as the light source. So when you get your final piece of paper, you want to have your sketch near you so you can look at it. We're going to start off with a very light drawing. So we don't want to press hard at all, because you're going to need to erase and adjust things. And then also you guys can use iPads to look at reference photos. So if you needed to look at a tree or a house or whatever you're drawing, you can Google things. So say I need to look at a picture of a dead tree because I'm drawing a dead tree. I can Google dead tree. Sometimes looking at pictures of drawings is helpful rather than real photos. So maybe a dead tree drawing. Try going there and go to images and find something that is within your skill level to draw, you know. So if you're more of a beginner drawing artist, don't pick something super complex, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to get started on my pencil drawing. Okay, so my pencil drawing is done, and I want to point out how light it is. I did that on purpose because that way if I need to erase and change things, nothing is hard to erase at this point. I draw super light, and it's easy to make adjustments if I need to. And now I'm going to start adding in my value. Again, my light source is coming from over here, so I'm thinking about where my shadows are going to be, where my highlights are going to be. And we need to be careful not to be rubbing our arm on our paper a lot once we start this step, because it can get a little bit smudgy. We can clean it up with erasers, but that can get kind of hard to do if it's getting super duper messy. So kind of focus on one area at a time. And then once you're done with that area, you can put like a piece of paper towel on it while you're working so you're not smudging it, if that's helpful. So I'm gonna start with my tree. So since my light source is coming from over here, this side of my tree is gonna be darker, this side of my tree is gonna be lighter. So grab some photo references if you need to see that, and get to shading. Okay, so I'm done with the tree for now. I may go back in and, like, you know, do a little refining, but for now, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to focus on my tears next. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pause there for today. I've been working on this for about 25 minutes. So yeah, this is gonna take you a couple class periods to complete, and I'll film the rest of it so you can see the rest.